Hey guys, Matthew Black, Fleet Coordinator with Zaycon Foods. I know in our last training meeting, a few of you have come up to me and asked me to help you with installing chains onto your trucks. So today I decided to take some time with Hans and show you exactly some of the easier ways to install chains onto the truck. And for video purposes, I took the truck and remove the trailer from it so he can get better angles, so you can see what I'm doing on the inside there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is lay your set of chains out on the ground. And when you do that, you want to make sure the flat part of these chain links right here is facing upwards. Now this is a set of triple rails. We also have single rail chains. So here's your 1, 2, 3 for triple rails. Single rails has 2. Some people call them doubles, but most people just call them singles. This set of triple rails only has these cam locks on one side. So you want to make sure that this side here is going to go on the outside of your tire. And to do that, while you have it on the ground, everything is reversed. And I'll show you why in just a minute. But obviously we don't have them on this side, so this side is going to go on the inside of the tire. So to make things a little bit easier for you, if you remove the mud flap, and you can do that with the trailer on, by the way, if you remove the mud flap, it makes things working around the back side of the tire much easier for you, and you won't have so many expletives that you may be saying as you're trying to put the chains on. So to do that, you just pinch your cotter pin right here, pinch those together, and then you pull it out with your set of pliers. Then you just remove the mud flap like that. Very simple, but it makes a world of difference when you're actually installing the chains. Sometimes, if the mud flap is clean enough, you can also use it as a kneeling point when you're behind the truck. So you keep your knees and yourself from getting too muddy, too wet, and too miserable. The next thing you want to do is throw your chain over your first tire, the outside tire. And to do that, you want to pick up the middle of the rails, the middle rail, just maybe 2/3 of the way towards the front of the truck. And so you just pick it up right here, like this. You take it over, and you drape it over the tire like that. And you move it on back, and make sure everything's square all the way back. Once you get that outside tire taken care of, you can go ahead and take it and drape it over the back of the inside tire. Try to make sure everything is square as you put it on there. There we go. Nice and square. And you want to tuck the tire chains up towards the back of the front of the tire here. Notice by having the flat portion facing up when it's laying on the ground, it now faces against the tire. So you don't have these hooks here digging in and gouging the rubber sidewalls. All right, gentlemen, once you have your chain in place, you're ready to roll forward. And what you want to do is roll forward about a half a tire rotation so that this portion here is draping down, and you'll be able to pick the hook up and lock it into place. At this point, you want to make sure again that everything is even. So you want to bring that back towards the outer side wall. Make sure everything is still square. The back came up a little bit, and that's to be expected. So the first hook you want to fix is going to be the middle one, followed by the one on the inside. Once you have those two together, sometimes you have to pull the slack out so you can get to it. And again, on the inside one here, you come to the link that you want. You pull the link in front of it backwards so that it's easy to hook right in there. If you don't pull it backwards, you're going to get that link in the way, and you'll pinch and bind it and cause a weak link. You don't want that. So There you go. And then the front. Again, pull that second link out, or the link that is in front of the one that you think you're going to get to. Pull it out of the way. Put up your safety link right there to keep this from snapping back while you're driving. At this point, you want to get your cam lock tightening tool, and this comes in each bag with the chains. Sometimes the bags come with 2 of these. Make sure you never lose this. If you do, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You're not going to be able to get your tire chains tightened up. So then you get your cam lock tool and put it in your cam, and you turn it clockwise. That'll tighten one. Come down to the next one, right down here. Tighten this one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one, turn it. At this point, everything's pretty tight. At this point, you want to take away the slack that may come up in the chains, and minimum of 2 tire or bungee cords works very well. If you can find some of our spider bungees, that works even better. But you hook it there and you go straight across the bottom, or straight across the hubcap to the other side, and you hook it there, making sure that your hooks face outwards. You don't want to hook to your lock here or your cam locks. You want to make sure you hook to the links. Okay, and then it goes straight across again. And there we are. At this point, what you want to do is drive forward at least 30 to 40 feet. And by doing that, you're taking a lot of the slack that's on the inside here, and you're loosening it up. At that point, you want to stop the truck, get out, take your bungees back off, and see if you can get one more link out of your hook there, and tighten up your chain just a little bit more. If you don't do that, the chains do tend to get sloppy. They come up and start beating your trailer to death, sometimes even your brake drums or suspension, so you don't want to do that. And that's what we have. I'm just going to show you a quick way to take the chains off and do so without bending your lock down here that hooks onto your chain. That's very important. Once you bend this, it renders the chain useless, and you'll need to get a new lock or a new set of chains altogether, and that's a pretty expensive mistake. So we don't want you to do that. First thing you want to do is take your bungees off. Then what you want to do is release your cam locks. Once you release the first one with the tool, the rest of them you should be able to do with your hands. Just like that. Like that. And you want to release your hook here. Take it through. Release the middle. And then release the back side. After you release all your hooks, drape your chain back out and bring it out to the side of the tire. By doing this, you're ensuring that you're not going to run over any of your cam locks or your hooks that make it a really rough day next time you go to put a set of chains on. So you kind of spread out there. You're going to only have to roll forward another half a tire length to get off the chains. Once you get off, put them in the bag and have a great day. And don't forget, after you remove your chains, you can put your mud flap back on. Again, very simple. Place it in there. Push your cotter pin through, and then spread the cotter pin. And there we have it. A couple of points I want you guys to remember is be sure that you have the right size chains to fit your tires on your truck. The tire size is written right on the side wall of the tires. The chain size is going to be written on the bags that you're going to be using. When you do pull over to install your chains, make sure you do it in a nice, wide, secure area, such as a chain pull-out area on a mountain pass or a parking lot or something of that nature. Also, I really would ask you guys to do this on a nice, calm day like this where it's 45 degrees, it's not raining, it's not snowing, where you can just practice doing it yourself. You can see it doesn't take very long, but once you can do it in a controlled environment, when you're out in the elements, it's not such a headache, and you'll know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to know exactly how to perform the tasks that you need to do. So with that, drive safe and try to stay happy in such inclement weather situations. All right, have a great day.